What's going on, guys? Twintuitive 717. I appreciate you guys being here with me. I'm going to dive into a collective message for the twin flames. So it doesn't matter where you guys are on the journey. I feel like there's maybe something in the title that's going to resonate with you. And it's something that your guides just gently want to remind you of at this time. You could be dealing with twin flame separation. Maybe some of you could be feeling stuck creatively. You just may need some guidance on what the next steps are, or that at least you're on the right path. Okay, so let's see what messages want to come out for you. So we have letting go of stories. Okay, I feel like this has a lot to do with maybe some of the thought patterns that many of you are keeping at this time. And with all of the greenery in this card as well, I can tell that many of you, you're going through some kind of personal journey. Okay, some kind of transformation where the old you is slowly slipping away. It says surrendering attachments, okay? And this I feel has a lot to do with maybe certain people in your life. But more so because of the greenery here, I do feel like it has a lot to do with some kind of home situation. You guys really want your independence, okay? We also have releasing unconscious patterns. So I'm hearing a lot about dependency, okay? Maybe for a long time, your story has been, you'll never be independent. You'll never have your own home or your own car or your own career or just things in your name, something to yourself, something that you have created. Okay, and I feel like that could be a story about yourself that you may be needing to let go of. I am also picking up on those of you in the collective who may be in relationships. These are long-term relationships. And for some of you, these could be marriages that the contract there has been fulfilled, okay? And many of you have been starving or really longing for excitement in your life, passion in your life, creativity, and you could be with a partner who currently really doesn't support that, okay? So many of you have never been supported for your dreams or your goals or your aspirations. It's very difficult as well for a lot of you to try to go after this, because I'm hearing in your home or in your dwelling, you can't grow creatively because someone's energy is hindering your path. And this very well could be your spouse or your long-term partner, because this soul, okay, is really teaching you that your vibration, it doesn't align with their vibration. And because you're in such close proximity to them, sharing their energy, sharing the space, your aura or your creativity, somehow it's being stifled, okay? And many of you may feel stifled as well, or you're living for your spouse versus an equal give and take of both of you sharing your dreams and your goals and growing together and encouraging one another. I feel like one person just lives for this person, but it's catching up to you because you are starting to feel underappreciated, and this is coming out in the form of wanting to branch out or grow, or maybe suddenly you're waking up and realizing that you could really leave this relationship cold turkey. And I feel like it's been coming for quite some time because you really have been giving or sacrificing a really large chunk of your life, maybe trying to please others. So your energy has been stifled, and now it's dying to grow. You could have had some kind of major spiritual awakening. For many of you, it's meeting your twin flame that has really made a lot of these changes awaken within you, and it's been something that's been growing over time, and now you've reached that point of just ready to make a decision. Okay, a lot of you are not afraid anymore to make a big decision, and that's why I feel like this has been coming a long time. A lot of you are ready to let go of an old version of you that was afraid to either speak up or file a divorce, file a separation. Many of you were maybe afraid to get a job, right? You were afraid to make your own money and pay your own bills and live in your own space. You never saw a way out as to how it is you could be able to do that for yourself so that you could create peace. You could start creating art and living at least a portion of your life that's left in an authentic way instead of always living for somebody else, okay? So somebody's really craving just getting to know themselves again. You miss who it is you are. The burden of choice. I feel like at the time you maybe had no choice, and that's why I'm feeling sacrifice for many of you, is that you've spent a large portion of your life sacrificing for others. It says choosing the higher ground, taking care of others before yourself. And I feel like the universe is now trying to reward you with this newfound courage or passion to just up like that, make a change. I feel like people are like, what the hell is wrong with you, and where is this coming from? And you're like, no, this is my time now. So many of you are feeling like, look at this smile as well on this face, right? Compared to this energy here that was back here. I feel like in the eyes here, there's sad eyes. You know, it's like you put a smile on your face, you take the higher ground, but the sadness is in your eyes. I feel like many of you have been dreaming for a long time as to whether or not your wishes would come true, your goals would come true. That, like, would I ever be able to do this? You know, am I still ever going to get the chance to do that? And I feel like now is the time for many of you to experience it. Okay, so unconscious choice making, and that's why unconscious choice making too is part of letting go of stories, because I feel like many of you are now being a lot more conscious about your life. Okay, a lot of you have waken up and you're like, what do I really want out of life? What do I want for myself? Do I mesh with this person? Nope, not anymore. Okay, boom, let me X them off my list. Like, many of you are practicing detachment. You're dropping friends, you're blocking people, you're deleting people off your contacts list. Like, many of you are in this place of like cleaning up shop in your own life because you see how important your own energy is. Okay, you haven't gotten a chance again to breathe and to do all the things that you've wanted to do. You've always been burdened by choice, and the choice has always been to put others above yourself. And you're just at that place now where the universe is like, no more. Okay, so grace within the chaos. And that's why I'm saying many of you are being rewarded and moving with a lot more grace, because you're experiencing a lot more maturity this time around, spiritual maturity. So if you are making a decision, again, you better believe you've thought about that decision from A to Z before making it. Okay, and you're not going back on it. You've really thought about it, and your say is final. Okay, so the message is accepting life's complexities and the seduction of attraction. Okay, so grace within that chaos, even with the distraction, sorry. Many of you are staying focused. Maybe the distraction is coming from a place of like, you know, when you start awakening to things and you start making your way out and you start trying to do better for yourself, the spiritual attacks start happening to you because it wants you to stay stagnant. So you'll start making, you know, positive changes in your life, and then something will happen to try to make you feel like you're never going to get out. I feel like even when these spiritual attacks are happening, many of you are just staying calm. The chaos is the spiritual attacks, and you guys are just like, bring it, like, let it come, you know. I feel like many of you divinely trust at this time that you are protected, and some of the action-oriented steps that you've been guided to take, a lot of you are not afraid to take it now. You're ready to veer off on a new adventure. You're bold, you're brave. Let anybody ask you anything about your business. That's what I'm hearing. Let anybody question you and ask you about your business. This face here says that you're ready to put people in their place in a good, respectful way. But I think that that's what's been lacking, is like those really strong boundaries. That's why with the burden of choice, it's like you never had a choice. Now many of you are slowing people down in their tracks. I'll think about it. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that. Whereas before, you could have been a yes person to everything, unconsciously making a lot of these decisions that, you know, it kind of forced you into this shell of, again, feeling suffocated, not being the true, authentic you. A lot of you are coming into like this kind of bad bitch, kind of, not completely cold, but it's like just very assertive and reserved at this time. And even people who you might have slightly bended over for, it's like you guys aren't doing that this time around. People are maybe seeing a very, very different side of you indeed. Okay, so staying calm, I feel, is one of your superpowers. It's like a lot of you are ready to put people in their place, but again, you're doing it in such a graceful way that people aren't questioning you. I feel like you're like, I dare anybody to question me. Reclamation, second chances, rebirth, emotional healing. Okay, so another chance to be, and another chance to be is why it is you're letting go of those old stories. Okay, so some kind of new chance, another shot, another chance of doing life. It's like the universe is saying, like, did you forget about your goals? Like, did you forget about the things that you wanted to do? Because now is the time to do it. That's why many of you are starting to feel fed up with karmic situations. Like, you're starting to feel restless about people feeling like they have control over your life or control over the decisions that you're making. You know, many of you, I feel like you're ready to I don't know, it's like you're ready to, it's like not necessarily be a new person, but it's like the person that you were before you started having to make all these choices for everybody else. Okay, because the weird feeling that I'm getting, and I'm seeing 36 here, so I want to say at like 10 years ago, like at 26, for some of you, I don't know if that may be significant, but if you guys think back to that time or where you were at that time, I feel like you left off something. And then you entered into another path that you really took on a lot of responsibility that made you put yourself second. And there was something valuable there that you left behind that over time, it still sits in the back of your mind. The universe is bringing it back up into your reality. And I'm hearing that it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and that's why many of you are remaining graceful, because you're having to, now that you're drawing these boundaries and wanting to go off in that direction. I'm hearing like others' demands on your time as well. Like if other people are trying to demand your time, it's like right as you take this new course, oh, you know, sorry, I have the, you know, my work has got this big thing coming up and I'm really going to need you to stay and see the kids. Many of you are like, no, sorry, you could tell work that you can't make it. It's your turn to be with the kids. I got to go out, okay? I'm hearing furthering your education or doing something that makes you feel independent again or feel just alive again in some way, independent again in some way. Like you got something that's your own baby that nobody else can hang over your head and take away from you at any time. Okay, guys? So follow that path, whoever this message is meant for. I love you guys. Take it easy, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye.